Hey everyone, JagTagger93 here. Really excited. We're about to watch the new Halloween 2018 trailer. Really stoked for it. I was not a fan at all of the Halloween movies made by Rob Zombie. I was actually kind of disappointed. I felt like Rob Zombie kind of missed the point and the mystique of the Shape, the Michael Myers murderer character. I've been a fan of the Halloween series for a long time, and I have a lot of different ideas of how different films have added to the overall mystique of the Shape. Again, Michael Myers. I was really excited to see that John Carpenter was behind the writing of this, as well as a lot of people who were really devoted to the series. Also, Malik Al-Akkad is also part of the development, and really the Akkad family in general are behind the development and production of this movie as well. And I think it's in good hands, hopefully, because Malik Akkad and Tariq Akkad, both of them are behind the production of this current Halloween movie. Their father, Mustafa Akkad, was behind a lot of the production of the earlier Halloween movies, um, such as Halloween 2, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, and so on. So I'm really hoping for something very special here. Also, too, we're having Jamie Lee Curtis reprise her role as Laurie Strode. Very interesting, considering that she died in Halloween 8. But I'm all for retconning that. There's some elements of the Halloween franchise I don't want to retcon or forget about. But Halloween 8 featuring Busta Rhymes, I think I can give that one a pass. So I'm really interested to see if this incorporates Halloween 2 or even Halloween H2O. So let's sit back and watch, and I'll give you my thoughts afterward.
I've waited for him.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3 innocent teenagers on a Halloween in 1978. He was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night, and has spent the last 40 years in captivity. Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see.
Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year. Yeah, I mean, your grandmother is Laurie Strode. She was almost murdered.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
Do you know that I pray every night that he would escape?
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Dad, look out!
The bus crashed.
Mom, what bus crashed?
Michael escaped.
Excuse me, somebody's in here.
Hello?
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him.
Get out the room! Get inside!
You don't believe in the boogeyman?
He's here!
Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
All right, and that was the trailer. Saw a lot of interesting things in there. So, uh, first of all, I'm not really sure how I feel with the idea of Michael Myers being locked up in a facility for 40 years. It really seems like this is a direct sequel to the first one, and they're not just retconning Halloween Resurrection, but also retconning really every single one, as if those events didn't happen. And I'm not really too happy on that. I don't really like the idea of Michael Myers being dormant for 40 years. My Michael Myers, the one I was like imagining, is the Shape type character, and the Shape is this mysterious killer entity who's part human and part supernatural and mundane events caused by the psychosis, or the community psychosis, of Haddonfield every Halloween night. I find that much more mysterious and much more haunting. The idea that the Shape, again, Michael Myers, could actually be Michael Myers, could actually be copycats, could be just people seeing things. Could actually be a tulpa as well, a supernatural entity caused by an idea that becomes sentient and stalks the living, especially on Halloween night. So, again, I don't really like the idea of a dormant Michael Myers, and there's another line in that trailer, too, that kind of made me go, what? Was, that Laurie Strode's granddaughter says that Michael Myers and Laurie are not siblings. That was just a story. So I'm hoping that's a lie. I'm hoping that Laurie Strode is just telling that to people so they don't think, they're not afraid of her and she's able to interact appropriately and, and have a normal life with people and not have to be constantly apologizing and explaining her deranged brother to people. So I'm hoping that's just a cover-up, because if it's not, I don't think we really have much of a movie here. There's really no reason for Laurie Strode to be as paranoid as she is, especially if we're only talking about the events in the first movie. Yes, that was pretty traumatic. Yes, that was pretty messed up. But one character I think would be even more traumatized by it, if Laurie is not related at all to Michael Myers, would be the kids, like Tommy Doyle, who we did see in Halloween 6. But no, so I'm just going to tell myself that that was a lie, that Laurie is actually Michael Myers' sibling, and that's why she's so paranoid of seeing Michael Myers again. Now, the plot seems very similar to what we've seen before. Michael Myers got loose from the mental facility. They mentioned something about a bus accident or a transport accident, very similar to what we saw at the beginning of Halloween 4. Now, Halloween 4 is one of my favorite Halloween movies. It's actually my favorite sequel. I love the opening in it as well. A lot of fans don't, but the opening to Halloween 4 I really like because there's no music, even though I do love the Halloween theme, but no music at all. Just a very haunting rustling of the cornfields as the wind blows, and you're seeing these very ambient, still, unsettling shots of scarecrows, pumpkins, farms, and so forth, and really sets the mood and the ambience. And that's what needs to be there for a good Halloween movie, in my opinion. The ambience. That's really what I like so much about Halloween 1. Every shot just looks so perfect. Every shot, there's shadows, there's dim light, there's corridors, there's closets, there's stairs, and you're never absolutely certain whether or not the Shape is creeping behind those shadows. And it's even better when you actually do see that quick glimpse of Michael Myers. It's almost like your worry that he will appear in those shadows comes to life. Again, that Topo-like effect that I mentioned earlier. So, I'm really hoping that they are indeed siblings. I also don't like the idea of Michael Myers being dormant and then all the things we've seen Donald Pleasence's character, Dr. Loomis, go through not actually happen. I think that's a very much a missed opportunity as well. Very interesting that we have a new plot thread in the Halloween series. And there are so many different plot threads in the Halloween series at this point. You have the Laurie Strode H2O continuity into Halloween Resurrection. You have the Season of the Witch continuity. Granted, it was kind of one and done, but I remember being a kid and watching that movie and kind of headcanoning it as an explanation for Michael Myers, that Michael Myers somehow had a messed up silver shamrock mask, and that caused him to kill people. We also have the Jamie Lloyd continuity with the Cult of Thorn in 4, 5, and 6, and we even have the Rob Zombie continuities. So there's so many different things going on. You very much have to take what you like, I suppose, and go with it. Stuff like this makes me all the more appreciative of Wes Craven's New Nightmare movie for the Nightmare on Elm Street series, which I don't want to get too down into it, but that movie essentially future-proofed the Nightmare on Elm Street series. So any retcons actually are kind of in canon and in universe at the same time too. Brilliant, actually. But anyway, the mask that Michael Myers is using here, I don't really like too much. I understand it's supposed to be the same mask, I suppose, he was using in the 70s. So it's supposed to look dirty and grimy, I guess, but this is just pure aesthetics. But I always preferred the clean white, ghostly white mask even, of the original Michael Myers. Also, too, what's so important with Michael Myers are his mannerisms. Michael Myers is very much a chaotic, evil character. Emphasis on the chaotic. He does things that don't make any sense, but he does them anyway. And it's just meant to build up mystique as to what's going on in his head. So, one of my favorite scenes from the original is after Michael Myers kills one of the babysitter's boyfriends. He puts on a bedsheet and wears his glasses over it, the boyfriend's glasses over the bedsheet, before appearing and murdering the babysitter, his girlfriend. And he didn't really have to do that. He could have just walked into the bedroom and just murdered her right there. It's left up to the reader, or not the reader, the viewer to interpret what that scene actually means. I always personally like to interpret it as Michael Myers not being in his right state of mind. He is insane. And a part of him, a small, small part of him, mourns what he's doing and doesn't want to do it. But again, he's deranged. He doesn't know how to communicate things to people. So I read that entire thing of him dressing up as a ghost with her boyfriend's glasses on over the bedsheet as a way of communicating to her that he's sorry for making him a ghost. He's sorry for killing her boyfriend. Again, you can interpret that a lot of different ways. In Halloween 2, he does a lot of bizarre things as well. He bumps into people on the street, no problem, just keeps walking. However, he goes completely out of his way earlier in the movie to murder some young woman in her home. He also is very erratic in his behavior and does very odd things. He is all out for blood to kill Jamie Lloyd in 4 and 5 and, 6 for the first part of it. But there's a moment where he takes off his mask to allow Jamie his face. And he didn't have to do that. It's just, again, shows how Michael Myers is much more complex than we really think he is. Anyway, there's a scene in the trailer that I really like where Michael Myers is stalking a girl on the toilet, it looks like, and he drops something into the stall. It looks like teeth. He does not have to do that at all. He can just kick down the toilet and just murder the girl, but he does it because that's that chaotic behavior, that mysterious behavior. It's no benefit to him if his victim is afraid and alert or not. It's almost like he is an actual trick-or-treat spirit playing tricks on the living, be it dressing up as a ghost or messing up, what's his name? I can't remember the character, but there was a character in Halloween 5 who was really, really obsessed with his car, and Michael Myers, messes with him by taking a tool and scraping it before murdering him. Again, he didn't have to do that, but he does. He plays tricks like a malevolent fey creature would, actually, and I find that very cool. So I'm hoping they keep that up. I'm hoping they don't turn him into a vicious Jason Voorhees type character who's much more blunt, much more overt with what he does, and not as mysterious. Okay? That's really all I have to say about the trailer right now. I'm cautiously hopeful. Knock on wood. I'm hoping this is not another Star Wars Force Awakens scenario where they retcon a whole lot. They change major characters, and all for the reason of just rehashing the original story all over again. I'm hoping there's more to it than that. I really do. And again, I really hope this brings the ambience and the mystique of the shape back to form. Alright? Thank you all for watching and listening. This is JagTagger93 signing out. You have a good one. Meanwhile, I got to place a call into Haddonfield and warn them. But they never listen, do they? Take care.